So I want to be speaking especially to the CEOs and leaders in here, because what I see is that for you in dating, there is a few extra challenges. One of the extra challenges is, let's be honest, you earn a lot of money. It's an amazing thing. I'm proud of you. You're proud of it yourself. But when you come to a date, it almost seems like it works at your disadvantage. It doesn't, but it seems like that. And what women keep telling me over and over, the doctors, the surgeons, the big 7-figure entrepreneurs, the CEOs, they all tell me the same thing. Men are intimidated. And men go like, you're an amazing woman, but I just don't see us together. And when you ask why, they either say nothing or they say something like, yeah, I feel a bit intimidated. So what is going on here? What is going on here? If you wouldn't know better, what you would start doing is thinking, I am too powerful, right? I earn too much. And I see so many women, and this is so sad, who first invested like everything to get the career and the finances and the home and, the impact that they know they can have. And then they hear a bit too often, like, you're too powerful, you're too this, too that, to that. And before you know, they go like, you know what? Maybe I should just take it easy a year. Maybe I should just step back a bit. And somewhere at the back of your mind, there is this idea that that would solve it. And even if so many women don't consciously say this to themselves, right? It's not a conscious, I will step down and then they will like me more. For some, actually, it is. For most, it isn't. But it erodes our confidence. Let's be honest. We all need to hear that we're amazing, that we're doing good, and this will help us find a partner, right? Because that's what so many of us really want. To share our abundance, to share it with a man, and to create your own little family and be that impactful woman that you are. So I am the lucky woman who wasn't lucky myself, right? I used to be a theoretical physicist on the path to becoming a professor, assistant professor I was already. And I couldn't hold it either. This is also my story. And I wasn't finding love. And something in me was going like, this is just struggle and I can go on like this. But can I really? Is this what I want? And I gave up on my whole career. Now, in one step, it was good because I love what I do now. But it took me like 20 years, I think, before I was okay with what I had given up. I enjoyed what I had found back. But before I was okay with what I had given up, it took a long time. Maybe until I earned as much money as I would have earned then. So how can we do that differently? That's what I started focusing on more and more. And now I am the lucky one who is helping women like you and showing CEOs, surgeons, architects, lawyers, women with amazing careers, amazing influence, leaders, that you can be that and find a soulmate in 8 weeks. And that's so powerful. Actually, we can reach so much in 8 weeks, but we need to be able to really believe in it, have the mindset for it. We need to show up for it, and we need a system and somebody to guide us through. So that's what I am doing, and this is proving itself over and over. Women are finding their soulmates, excuse me. Women are finding their soulmates. They are finding love. They are finding who looks in your eyes with that, doggy look. They are finding someone who really wants to commit and who is not like, this is my career and where do you fit into the rest of my life? But who is like, hey, we are a couple and we each have our career. How are we going to manage this? Right? That's what we all want. And women are finding it here and so quick that they're often surprised. They love it. And as one of my successful clients said, after listening to another interview with another woman, she said, you know what? All you need to do is follow this system. Work with Klara, follow this system. And then you get your outcome. So what is one of the essentials that you need to get that I've, see working over and over and that I want to share with you now as you're listening? And this has to do with the first part of dating, which is about attracting the right kind of man. Because basically dating, it's, when you look at it strategically, it's simple, right? You need to find the right man or attract the right man. You need to get some sparks going between the two of you. By the way, seeing, people coming and going, introduce yourself, say hello, ask your questions. I love making it interactive. Attract the right man. Get some sparks going so both of you are like, wow, this could be him, this could be her. Then allowing the heart connection to deepen, forming a we, forming a couple, and then commitment. Those are the 4 steps, right? And once you look at it that way, and this is my theoretical physicist, we can look at each step, what is needed for each step. And instead of this whole chaotic, I need to find a partner, we just now know what to do step by step. So this is going to be a 4-part series, and this is part 1, where we're going to focus on the first step, how to attract that man, and the big, big mistake that I see women making there. And it's not, those things that people usually talk about. It's not like you smile too much or you smile too little, or you speak about children too early or too late, or you should not tell him about your work, or you should tell him about your work. It's none of that. We're in 2020, right? This is about being real. And that's so wonderful. Because you and me, we are different. We are not the standard woman. And that is so amazing in 2020. Nobody needs to be the standard woman. The more unique we are, the more we get seen by the very men that are interesting for us. So that's so amazing. It's not about your hairdo or your makeup or any of those outer things. It's not even the family where you come from or the places where you go to, have a nice night out. It's about none of that. The more real you are, the easier you will find the partner, and the quicker you find the partner, and the better match you will find. Isn't that awesome? Dating is such fun. Once you get it, it's such fun, especially when you're this powerful woman who's used to lead all day, who needs to be strong, who needs to, always know where we're going. In dating, you can really be yourself, every aspect of you. But what is then the big mistake that I see women making over and over? The big mistake I see is women are not healing the wound of the feminine. Now let me say what I mean by that. Not healing the wound of the feminine. Many CEOs make the mistake that they're on top of the world, right? Everything is going well, except finding a partner. But what is also going well is that, men find you interesting, men want to hang out with you, and you feel like attraction is not a problem. But that is the mistake. Because attraction is not having a lot of attention from men. Because what uses that is not the man you want to be with. And if those men are not emotionally available, there's no use in that. So that's not attraction. Attraction is attracting the man that you want to be with, who wants to be with you, that you feel is at your level, and all of that. That is attraction. And that is not happening, right? Because the men who come to you, they're all like, wow, you're so amazing, but no, settle down with you. No, thank you. That means there's something off with attraction. And that's the first thing we need to face. And what is causing that? That you have not healed the wound on the feminine. Too many of us strong leaders, impact makers, too many of us do that as an escape. We do that because this is where we're good at, this is where we shine, this is where we feel fulfilled, where we have so much to give. But we also do it so that we don't have to look at that part in us that feels so vulnerable, so girlish, so not knowing, so trying to understand what the world is about. That part of us, we don't feel at home with it. And we've kind of derailed it to the sideline. And we tell ourselves if we connect to that part, we become weak like the other women. It's often what our mind thinks then. I don't want to be like that, right? That kind of arms folded, I'm strong kind of thing. That's a wound on the feminine right there. The feminine is that whole package, that whole not knowing, that whole being mesmerized and full of wonder at the world, that whole wanting to receive, open hands. That's so much the feminine. It's not the leader, like, here I go. It's, wow. If we see that part as girlish and less and weak, that is the wound on the feminine. We are dismissing a big part of ourselves. And exactly that part, which is most connected to the feminine. And where is the feminine more important than in dating? Right? A man is looking for a woman. He's not looking for a cloned man. And those words are too strong, maybe, right? I know that you look feminine and your hair is good and you do your makeup or not, whatever. But it's not only about those outer things. It's also really about, am I connecting with that part of me where the magic lives? Because exactly there in the unknown, in the mystery, in the openness, lies the magic. It's your biggest gift as a woman. But as long as you're dissing that side of yourself and not wanting anything to do with it, that is creating a barrier. And that is what makes you intimidating, interestingly enough. And by the way, say hello, right? And ask your questions. I see the comments here. I don't see who it is, so add your name. But I do see the comments. By the way, that's a protection from Facebook, because I'm going live here through StreamYard, third-party app. So Facebook doesn't tell a third-party app who you are, but then I don't know either. What was I saying? So that part of you, that feminine, that is so beautiful. And if you're living your power as a way to not have to live that side, then in dating, you're being given a mirror. And that is really what all these men are saying to you. Even if they don't have the words, right? But it's really a mirror telling you, you know what? You're only living half of yourself. The problem is not your power. This is so important. The problem is not your power. The problem is the part of you that you have not developed yet. And let's call it masculine and feminine for ease, though it is simplified, right? It isn't as polarized as that. But let's call it that for the moment. And if you have developed the masculine, then it's so easy to think, oh, there's a problem. It's because of the masculine. No, it's because of that part we haven't developed. That's lacking. That creates an imbalance. And that is what pushes people away. Because when there is strength without openness, that is intimidating. But then when there is strength combined with openness, like the sword and the cup, when they are together, that is inviting. That is inspiring. That gives everybody the permission to be everything. So this is such a shift. And when you find it, you'll be amazed how differently people respond to you and how you will be attracting really the right kind of man. And then dating can start happen. I always say dating isn't dating until you start meeting the right man. Because as long as just the wrong man showing up, what are you doing? Wasting your time, basically, right? And at risk of compromising and settling and making bad choices. That is not dating. All that pain that we see in dating, that is not dating. It's because people give up on attracting the right man. So the first mistake I see these top women making is not understanding that attraction is not just having a lot of men around you. And it's not seeing that actually they have a problem with attraction because they're not attracting the kind of man that meet them emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually. That's the first thing. And when you own that, wow, I'm not attracting the right man. Then you start looking and asking the next question. So, okay, what's up? And then you can, the next thing you need to do, or the next mistake any women make, is they don't heal that wound on the feminine. And they keep dissing that part of themselves, which is open and naive and filled with wonder. Feminine. And as long as you diss that, you're not whole, you're not balanced. And then people find you intimidating. And you don't attract the right man. But once you start healing the wound on the feminine, and once you start including that part, you become whole. And your powerful gifts, they start working for you with so much more ease. In ancient Egypt, the pharaoh always, on his large headdress, had a big snake, sometimes even two snakes. That was a symbol for the goddess, and that's for this feminine part, which is mysterious like a snake, which is shining her light like a sun, like the eyes of a snake. It was that headdress with the snakes that gave the pharaoh his power. That's why people listen to him. And you need to put on your headdress with those two snakes, the snakes of Eve, right? The snakes so connected to the feminine. and seeing somebody liking me. Again, I have no clue who you are. Let me know. Write a comment. It makes it so much easier. And if you have questions, post it too. So that is what we need to do to awaken our snake, embrace our feminine, and you will start noticing that you start attracting the right kind of man, and then dating starts happening. Because also for you, right, as this top woman, as this CEO, this leader, whatever it is that you are doing there at the top, there is great man for you. There is. And you can find him in 8 weeks. 8 weeks from now, take a moment and look at your calendar and then count 8 weeks, 2 months. By that time, your life can be totally different. Your feminine can be healed. Well, it's always an ongoing journey, but it can be in such a different place. And your partner can be with you. And don't think because it's 8 weeks that we're talking about settling. No. Actually, because you make a compact, you attract better man. So that's the first of the mistake that I wanted to demystify for you and to show you what it is, but also what you can do differently. Thanks for listening. Next week, I will be sharing on the second part of the series, which is about the second big mistake. And that has everything to do with pleasure and allowing sparks and chemistry. You know, that thing that a man is at the other side of the room, but the two of you feel like a connection and are just drawn to each other. That's what next week will be about. So thank you so much for living your life, for being who you are. You matter. Our world needs women at the top. So thank you for having invested so much in being there. And I want you to be fully supported there. And I want you to also be fully living love. The more love you experience, the more love you will share, and the more impact you will make. And the world needs love right now. If you feel you want to really check out with me how that would work for you to really heal that wound on the feminine and open up to finding your soulmate, then reach out. You can actually book a session with me. Let me, I can post a comment, but I should be able to post it up here too. Give me a moment. Yeah, better. Edit. This is a new system, right? Give me a moment. Yay! Ta-da! So go there, klaraadalena.com/apply. If you're a CEO or a leader or another woman there high at the top, and you keep hearing that man find you intimidating, you keep getting stuck in your love life and not finding your life partner, klaraadalena.com/apply. And we will talk about how that works for you to heal that wound on the feminine and to get you where you want to be. Thank you so much. Super excited to have you here. And speak soon. Aloha.